Alright. Hello and welcome back to Danganronpa 2 here. Let's do this class trial. After I sell my skills here. Oh, we're out of, well, we want that one. What was one for 2 points? Hey, actually, we do want upshift. Alright, let's do it.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island. Oh my, Monokuma? My cute little sister? You're awfully quiet. What's happened to you? You've ascended the ladder of adulthood and reached the moon? Because you're a rabbit? Chesto!
Yes.
One more time! Jeez! How about this one? This will be my final blow! It's useless.
Please stop! I feel bad for Monokuma.
You're right. Now's not the time for me to horse around with Monokuma. The class trial has started, after all. The victim this time is Nagito, who was attempting to reveal the traitor for everyone's sake. Who in the world killed him? I'm so curious.
If he was killed for trying to reveal the traitor, that traitor is obviously the killer. They were trying to shut Nagito up.
No, that might not be it.
Huh? Are you trying to protect the traitor? They didn't call out when we were in danger. Wait. Don't tell me you're the traitor.
Don't say something so stupid! There's no way in hell I'm the traitor!
Now that's more like it. Why don't you guys hurry and start arguing already?
The traitor and the killer who murdered Nagito is here, right? Are they the same person? Or... I have no idea we're starting off with here.
The killer didn't take Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
The killer tortured
So
Nagito.
that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place.
I would agree with that.
If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first!
That was
Found the bomb
Fuyuhiko.
first.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
Why did the killer have to torture Nagito? No. Were the wounds on Nagito's body really caused by torture in the first place?
The killer didn't take Nagito's mouth to shut him up.
Both Nagito's legs were tied with rope, and each rope was tied to the nearby pillars to prevent him from moving. His thighs were also covered with a lot of stab wounds.
I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
Okay. Because normally the first
The reason
thing in these
Nagito's
trials
body
is
was covered with
painfully
wounds.
obvious.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by
What's
torturing
Monokuma's
him?
account? That there are no bombs in the Monokumas? Alright, we're starting already.
Definitely
Oh,
the
boy.
bomb's hiding place.
The bomb's hiding
So,
place.
the suspect.
Is whoever found the bomb first!
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was
I
so
mean-
beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place.
The bomb's hiding place.
So, the suspect.
Well, if the bomb's
Is
hiding next
whoever
door,
found the bomb first!
That was
you just have a
Fuyuhiko.
video to play there.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
Monokuma plushie and Monokuma panels. I don't
The
think
killer
that's
didn't
relevant.
tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up.
I mean, unless we're gonna say this wasn't torture. Despite the fact there are torture wounds, which, I mean... Yeah.
I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
The duct tape. Right, they couldn't get information out of him if his mouth was duct taped. Yeah, there we go.
It's because the killer
That
tortured
was painfully
Nagito.
obvious. Well, I mean, I
So that's why he was
would
so
say they
beat
tortured
up.
him, they get information out of him.
What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place. If so, the suspect.
Is whoever found
Okay, so I guess it's torture.
Damn it!
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer...
I would still agree, they're
No,
torturing
that's wrong.
Nagito. They're just not getting information out of him.
But Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape, so he wouldn't have been able to confess anything. If he was being tortured for information, they wouldn't have taped his mouth like that.
I'm prepared.
Oh, alright.
Ah, I just realized it. It's a trap.
Trap?
Stupid Hajime. You got caught in that trap.
Stupid.
Like you said, if Nagito's mouth was taped shut, you'd obviously assume he couldn't talk. But that was the trap. They wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
But if
Okay.
you tape his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
Pay attention. This is how it went. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location.
Got the bomb's
Then,
location.
after they killed him,
After they
they
killed
duct taped his
him,
mouth shut.
They duct taped his
That
mouth
was close,
shut.
you guys. Thanks to me, you guys didn't get caught in the trap.
They taped Nagito's mouth after getting information from him. Sure, it sounds reasonable, but that clearly contradicts the truth.
Pay attention. This is how it went down.
Torch ruins, baby?
First, the killer tortured Nagito and got him. Then, after they killed him,
No. So it's
Crap.
not after they killed him.
pay attention. This is how it went down.
Because, like, we know he's not
First,
dead
the
after
killer
the
tortured
torture.
Nagi and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him, they duct taped his mouth shut.
Crap!
Pay attention. This is how first the killer tortured Nagi and got information about the bomb's location.
Okay.
Then, after they killed him,
What about the video?
they duct taped his mouth shut. Whew, that was close, you guys. Thanks to me, you guys didn't get caught in the trap.
I mean, is it gonna be duct tape again? Because there's no
Pay
blood underneath.
attention. This is how it went. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him,
Allow me to
It is
cut
duct
through
tape
those
again,
words.
okay.
No, there's no doubt Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he was beat up.
what did you say?
Who cares about the duct tape? We might as well settle this with rock, paper, scissors.
We don't need to play a game. It's clear the duct tape was on his mouth before the torture even began.
Why do you always side with Hajime? Do you have a crush on him or something?
Are you in elementary school
You
or
were with
something?
us when I peeled the duct tape off Nagito's mouth, right? The blood on Nagito's face wasn't under the duct tape, remember?
The blood on his face came from his arm wounds, which means the duct tape was on his face before his arms were even wounded.
And the duct tape had a lot of crinkles around his mouth. He must have been struggling to open his mouth under the duct tape.
Perhaps the duct tape was used so we wouldn't be able to scream. Then it's like I said at the beginning. The tape wasn't for torture. It was to keep his mouth shut.
However, if they wanted to seal his mouth, they did not need to hurt him with such ferocity.
They probably had a deep grudge against Nagito.
Then, are you saying the killer was trying to make him suffer?
If so,
I would agree with that.
friggin' crazy. Did they go psycho or something?
No,
I
they
would agree
didn't
with that as
just
well.
go crazy. Whoever did this must be one crafty bastard.
Yeah.
If not, they wouldn't have taken the time to set fire to the crime scene and destroy all the evidence.
The warehouse fire was for destroying evidence?
Where have you been for the
Can't
past
think
2
of
hours?
any other reason.
But who could have done that? When the fire occurred, everyone in this room was gathered in front of the warehouse.
Yeah. And right after I opened the warehouse door, the flames started burning from the very back.
Which means, it is plausible to think that nobody here set the fire.
The killer isn't one of us. But that's not the case, huh? I mean, it's wishful thinking.
Even if it was only a coincidence, the timing was just too perfect.
Based on the pattern up until now, we should suspect that some kind of setup was used for this.
Some kind of setup? Like what?
I do not know that, but that has been the pattern before.
That's our Miss Sonia. You have such an amazingly high intellect. Alrighty then. Let's think about this based on what Miss Sonia thinks. Is that okay, Miss Sonia?
Damn right it is!
Right, Shaka's crush on us. Right. Anyways. Reach to the fire, huh? They're right, we need to clear that first. I mean, the oil lighter.
The direct cause of the fire was the oil lighter found at the crime scene, right?
I would agree with that.
The killer used some kind of setup. He lit the curtain on fire with the lighter.
Some
Okay.
kind of setup?
Did they use the oil as an improvised fuse?
They probably just
Fuse.
threw the lighter.
Well, they didn't do that.
Based on the shape of that oil lighter, it can stand upright while the flame is lit.
If they tipped over
Right.
the lighter in some way,
Yeah,
could have ignited the curtain.
right.
Some way?
Maybe they used invisible thread.
No.
There should have been a way to tip.
I would agree with that. I guess I didn't hit it. Oh, sound waves. Oh. I read tip over and then just went for it. I didn't read the rest of that statement.
the direct cause of the fire.
Alright.
Was the oil lighter found at the killer used he lit the curtain on fire. Some kind of setup? Did they use the oil? They probably just threw the
Based on the shape of that oil lighter,
It can stand upright. If they tipped over the
It could have ignited the curtain.
Right.
some way?
Maybe they used invisible thread.
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound waves.
Sound
Or
waves.
perhaps opening the door.
I would agree with that.
I
There
agree
we
with
go.
that. I also agree that opening the door is what started the fire.
Just as I thought, it was the wind pressure. A dust devil blown here from glorious Japan.
No, not wind pressure. They probably used the Monokuma panels. A huge number of tipped-over Monokuma panels were found at the crime scene, right? It looked like they were scattered everywhere, but some were laying on top of each other in a single line. Just a single line leading from the warehouse door to the fire's origin.
Does that mean anything?
Well, it means a lot more
The killer
than you know.
probably arranged those Monokuma panels to create a domino effect.
A domino effect. You mean those tiles kids play with by lining them up and tipping them over?
In place of those tiles, the killer used the Monokuma panels. So when we opened the warehouse door, the first panel toppled into the second. And from there,
Right.
they felt like dominoes until they reached the lighter at the end.
But wouldn't it be obvious that those big panels were falling over?
That's probably why they turned off the lights in the warehouse, so we wouldn't notice them.
So the reason the warehouse was dark was to hide the domino effect.
And one more thing. There was something else the killer did to hide the domino effect, right?
The killer did one other thing to have a domino effect. Music?
I see!
Okay.
You're talking about the MP3 player, right? That hymn blaring throughout the warehouse masked the sound of the falling panels.
Inside of the warehouse felt even darker because of our eyes were still getting used to the bright sunlight outside. Within that darkness, a loud hymnal blared throughout the warehouse at full volume. You guys hear something? That's really damn loud. Nagito, like, listeners pressing crap. I'm not talking about the music. And as the fun cue, it suddenly started.
That's it. So the strange sound was actually the sound of the panels falling.
But those sounds weren't the only strange thing, right? Looking back on it, it was also strange when we opened the door to the warehouse.
It's fine, a bit slowly. No, that's not the problem. Seriously, they'll be fine. With those words, Sakai brushed off everyone's warnings and slowly opened the door to the warehouse. Huh? It's not opening. Is there something blocking the door? I can barely open it. I knew it's a trap. Seriously, just stop it, okay? That'll be fine. I'll use a bit more force. What happened to open it more slowly? Sakai ignored the protest and mighty kick. The door flew open.
Ah, so the door was being blocked by a Monokuma panel.
And when we opened
Yep.
the door, the domino effect started, and the falling panels eventually reached the lighter.
Yeah, and that's how the warehouse caught on fire. At least, that's how it looks.
You don't look so sure.
Well, I mean,
At the time, Akane mentioned that she could barely open the door.
Because the panel was blocking it, right?
But the blocked doorway, there wasn't enough space for a person to fit through, right?
and it's also the only door in the entire
Is that
facility.
a problem?
A little
It's
bit.
a major problem. I mean, that door was the only entrance to the warehouse.
If that door is the only entrance to the warehouse, I see. So the problem Chuck's talking about is the killer couldn't have left.
I see! If the panel was so close to the door that it could barely be opened, the killer inside the warehouse wouldn't be able to leave, right?
Now that you mention it.
Does that mean they were hiding inside?
Who? We were
No.
all outside the warehouse, you know.
Based on the patterns up until now, I believe some kind of setup was used.
You don't have to think so hard. There's actually only one person who could have possibly done this.
Yep.
You don't mean...
Yep, we do. This
Hajime?
murder.
What do you mean?
The person who set the domino effect inside the warehouse. There's only one person who could have done it.
This is my
Him.
answer.
What if it was Nagito?
Why'd you bring him up? He's the victim, you know.
He wasn't
Oh,
just
you'll
the
see.
victim. Maybe.
Huh?
Not just the victim? What does that mean?
He was the victim. And he was the perpetrator, too.
Are you saying this was a suicide? Don't be stupid.
Oh, you'll see.
His body was covered in torture wounds. Or did you already forget? Are you saying those were all self-inflicted?
But Nagito might do something like that, don't you think?
That's not the issue. He was tied up, remember? Even for a creep like Nagito, it'd be impossible for him to tie up his own arms and legs.
Well, that's why all of his limbs weren't tied
you're
up.
right.
Yeah, as long as you understand.
It seems we need to discuss how Nagito was able to tie himself up.
Need to discuss? That's not necessary at all. No matter how much you think about it, it's clearly impossible.
Like you said, it seems impossible if you think about it, but I feel like I'm overlooking something. I don't know, the fact that only 2 of his legs tied up and he had a knife in his hand, and that's about it. Is he gonna be torture wounds? I assume so.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs.
Yeah, both those legs tied up. And that's about it. Alright, I guess actually, looking at that, he does have his arms tied up. Huh. Never mind then. Oh, right. Yeah, burnt off over there. I guess his left hand is tied up, so just one arm. So 3 of his limbs tied up, and then he somehow threw the knife, and it landed on his hand, I think. That's what we're gonna go with.
That's obviously impossible!
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free
Burn
arm.
rope.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth? Or if you
No.
use your front tail?
Dirty joke! Is that
No.
a dirty joke?
If our assumption that Nagito committed suicide is correct, Nagito should have tied himself up too. Is that that's okay, right?
To actually tie up. No, that's wrong.
Hold on a sec. Isn't that premise flawed?
What? I mean, it's no mistake that his arms and legs were...
No, it shouldn't have been both of his arms. The rope on his right arm was completely burnt up. Based on that, you can't say he was tied up.
That was just burned by the fire. He should have been tied up before then.
It burned because of the fire. Like you said, it might look like that. But that was part of the trap. There's concrete evidence that proves it.
That was right hand, right? So his right sleeve wasn't burnt up.
I see!
Take a close look at his right sleeve. Even though the rope was burnt up, his sleeve wasn't burned at all. Wouldn't you agree? A burn like this, no matter how you think about it, is unnatural. That rope was burned in advance so it would look like it was burned in the fire.
Then Nagito's right arm wasn't tied up, right? He was able to move it freely, right?
Yeah, that should be the case.
Hajime, that's awesome! I'll let you cop a feel if you want.
Okay.
You should not give it away for free. Make sure they pay you first.
That's definitely wrong.
Fine.
Alright then.
I just gotta get a Benjamin from him before I let him touch me, right?
That's not
What's
what I
happening?
meant. I'm talking about Nagito. I mean, even if his right hand wasn't tied up, the knife was still stabbed into it, you know?
It's impossible to stab a knife into your right hand with your right hand.
Ah, that much is obvious.
Oh, you don't know Nagito.
Hajime, you tricked me! Give me back that Benjamin!
Aren't we in Japan? Should we be using Japanese currency?
Hold on. There should be a way.
Then hurry up and spill it.
If it's something lame, I'll make you give back the Benjamin with 10,000% interest.
They were not Japan. Anyway, a way to stab yourself in your right hand using only your right hand. It's okay, there's definitely an answer to this. Survival knife? I mean, it's like
Even if Nagito's
the
right hand was
sharpest knife
free.
in the world, right? I doubt that's gonna be it, but we'll highlight it.
How could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall,
Yeah,
could he
I
stab
would
his
agree with
hand that
that.
way?
Yes.
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe he propped the knife somehow?
No, he threw
And
it in
slammed
the
his
air,
right
and that's
hand down
and
on
it
it?
landed in him. I just have no
Propped
idea
it
what to
onto
agree with
what?
that with.
If he just propped the knife, he could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms
Could've
won't
used
bend
his
that
bound
easily.
left hand.
We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand.
If Nagito only used his right hand to stab himself in the palm, then how do you do it?
Even if Nagito's right hand was free. How could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall,
I mean, that's gonna be it.
It's wrong?
Even if Nagito's right hand was free.
I just
How
don't
could
agree
he
with
stab
that.
his right hand with his right hand?
if he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe he propped the knife somehow?
Propped the
And
knife
slammed
somehow,
his right
I doubt
hand
it.
down on it?
Propped it onto what?
If he just propped the knife, he could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily. We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand. Even if Nagito's right hand was free. How could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife
Unless
into
we're
the
gonna
air
say
and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand
that
that way?
he propped it in the Monokuma plushie.
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe he propped the knife.
I agree with that. The life-size Monokuma plushie. He must have used that to prop the knife.
He
Makes
didn't
sense.
though. All right,
That's
whatever.
why there was a big hole in the plushie's stomach. He inserted the knife handle into that hole to prop it up. Then he slammed his hand onto it. If that's it, he had to place the plushie near him. And it also explains the mysterious blood on the plushie.
So the blood on the plushie came from Nagito after he stabbed the knife into his own right hand.
I see. So that's the trick.
But for a moment, I seriously thought Monokuma died or something.
A bleeding plushie is super scary. It's got the same fear factor as a doll whose hair grows too long.
After stabbing his hand, he no longer needed the plushie, so he cast it off toward the fire's origin point.
He probably thought the fire would incinerate it and destroy the evidence.
So what do you think now, Fuyuhiko?
I get what you're saying about the wound on his right hand, but there's still one huge problem. The spear. Basically, you're saying Nagito committed suicide by impaling himself with a spear, right? If you think about the order, getting killed by the spear should have been the last thing to happen to Nagito. If that's true, how is that possible? He can't grab a spear with his right hand if a knife is stabbed into it and his left hand was all tied up.
Then he probably took the spear first, and as he endured the pain, he stabbed the knife into his right hand.
There is a limit to his constitution. If you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
Oh, instantly.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch all that.
Like I said, if you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
Say it one more time. I need to record it. For reasons.
Hey, bastard, you better cut it out!
Like she said, in that condition, it's very difficult to stab yourself with a spear. It'd be hard to use a spear with a knife stabbed into your right hand while your left hand is tied up.
So you're saying it's impossible?
But no matter what I think, I can't believe Nagito's death was caused by someone else.
I also agree with that. To think that one of us could kill someone with such cruelty, I could never believe that.
You say you can't believe it? You just don't want to believe it, right? But that's why you keep getting betrayed over and over again, right? Same goes for this time, too.
You just shut your mouth. It's against the rules to interfere with everyone. If you even think about doing anything, I have a plan of my own.
Monokuma's sassing me!
But it's just as Monokuma said. We've been betrayed over and over again so far. This might also be the same. Calling this a suicide takes too much for granted, and it's too convenient.
Then are you saying there is a killer among us, Kazuichi?
They love saving Among Us.
Of course that doesn't include Miss Sonia and me.
That's gotta be at least the 15th
As Kazuichi
time.
said, it's true we've been constantly betrayed. But even if I'm betrayed again, I still want to believe in everyone. No matter how many times I may be betrayed, I still want to believe in everyone.
I also want to believe that there's no killer, but suicide is unimaginable.
Do you really think so?
But you said it too. It'd be impossible for him to stab himself with a spear in his condition.
I did say difficult, but I never said impossible. I feel that there's some way he could have stabbed himself with that spear.
What kind of way?
I don't know.
You don't know.
It's impossible to figure out by myself. So let's think about it together. That's how we made it this far up till now.
Everyone working together.
She's right. We made it through several ordeals up until now just by doing that. Then,
All right,
even
let's
now.
do this.
Blood on the left hand, maybe?
How did Nagito stab himself with a spear? Let's work together and think this through.
When the spear stabbed Nagito, his right hand was covered by the
knife, right?
Yeah, right hand's covered by knife.
He was only able to move his left hand.
But his left hand was also tied up.
Then that rules out his left hand.
I don't agree with that.
If that's the case, the only other way is...
He used his teeth? Or maybe he used his front tail. I know guys have tails that get hard when they're grabbed.
I
What are you saying?
that is true, but...
A blushing Miss Sonia is freaking awesome!
If not committed suicide, they must have used that spear to stab himself. Even if his arms and legs tied up, there's no doubt he used some part of his body. The only thing he could have used is...
How did Nagito stab himself with a spear? Let's work together and think this through.
When the spear stabbed Nagito, his right hand was covered by the knife, right?
He was only able to move his left hand.
But his left hand was also tied up.
Then that rules out his left hand.
No, that's wrong!
Hold on. It's still too early to dismiss the possibility that he used his left hand.
Why? I mean, his left hand was tied up, you know?
But there was something off about his left hand. The bloodstain on the palm of his hand. Don't you think it looked somewhat strange? He only had blood on the lower area of his palm. Beyond that point, the bloodstain suddenly cuts off, right?
When the blood splattered, that's as far as it reached, right?
That settles the description of that bloodstain, but it's not the only unnatural bloodstain. Look, there's blood on the back of his hand, around the middle joints of his fingers.
Like you said, it looks like an unnatural bloodstain, but what's wrong with that?
We might need to think and use our imaginations for a bit. If there's blood on his palm and the back of his hand, what was his left hand doing as the blood splattered?
Well, it was gripping the rope.
I see!
Or the chain thing, or whatever it's called.
When the blood splattered, he was probably gripping with his left hand. That's why there's such a strange-looking bloodstain on his palm. And
Was he grabbing his front tail?
Oh, yeah.
Perish the thought! He was obviously grabbing the spear!
Now that you mention it, compared to the rest of his body, the wounds on his left arm are pretty mild. He probably made his wounds mild on purpose, so he could keep his strength while he gripped the spear.
But even if he held the spear with his tied-up left hand, it'd be impossible for him to stab himself.
That's
hey,
right.
Chiaki,
That's the
what
problem.
do you think? Hey, don't tell me you're getting sleepy.
At times like this, you should always strike from a good angle, just like fixing an old TV.
Oh, I got it! Maybe.
Really?
Yeah, like I thought. It's no mistake that Nagito was gripping the spear, I think. However, what's important is what section of the spear he was gripping.
What section spear was he holding on to? The cord.
See!
That's it. Instead of the handle, Nagito must have been holding on to the cord. There was a metal weight at the tip of the cord, but there were bloodstains on that part too. Plus, the joint between the weight and the cord had a bloodstain shaped like it was cut off by something.
Isn't the size of that cut-off section about the same size as a human fist?
Ah, you're right. So this is the part Nagito was gripping, huh? And then the blood that was supposed to end up here
Oh, Jesus.
ended up getting on Nagito's left hand.
But why is it so important to know which part of the spear he was gripping?
You're not gonna say he gripped the tip of the cord, swung the spear around, and stabbed himself, right?
I mean, more or less.
That is where the clue to solve this mystery resides. Right, Chiaki? I am sorry. Of course this mystery will not be solved that easily.
Naga's gripping the cord extending from the butt of the spear with his left hand. But from there, how would he stab himself in the stomach with the spear?
It seems we are stuck. Shall we have tea time?
Yeah, I'll
At a
take some
time
Yorkshire
like
tea.
this, how about we stick to the plan to think one step at a time instead of expecting the answers all at once?
What kind
That's
of
a
plan
long
is that?
plan name.
One step at a
Jeez.
time.
We need something that
What
solves
does that
literally
mean?
everything all at once. And if it doesn't,
Let's focus on the
Then we don't
spear
do it.
first. Namely, where it was and how it was positioned just before it impaled Nagito.
How it was positioned.
Nagito's facing up, and the spear was stabbed through his stomach. So just for that... That's it, could it be? The state of the spear and the fact that Nagito was holding the tip of a cord attachment. If I put those two things together and think about it, I shall figure it out. Where the spear was and what state it was in before it stabbed Nagito. Please be logic dive. Okay, good. Okay. Because this minigame and Hangman's Gambit have the exact same intro music as far as I'm aware. And this one's fun. Hangman's Gambit is absolutely horrendous. Well, it's right above Nagito. Dangling from the rafters. Oh, okay. Question 2. Besides Spear, who else is above Nagito? I mean, ceiling girder. Question 3. What item connects both the spear and the ceiling girder? That'd be his left hand. So blue. And I missed it. The spear's cord. Never mind. What am I doing? I mean, he was holding his left hand, but it would be the rope itself. Alright,
It's all coming together! The spear impaled Nagito as he was laying face up. It must have been perpendicular to him just before that.
Perpendicular? In the middle of the air?
If Nagito did that all by himself, did he have some sort of ESP?
That'd be
Hey,
awesome,
probably.
but he'd probably use the ceiling girder directly above him.
Nagito probably slung the cord over the ceiling girder, and using that as a support, he hoisted the spear directly above him. And if Nagito let go of the cord, the spear would have fallen and impaled him while he was laying face up.
I noticed a slight red streak on the ceiling girder. It probably got smeared there during the setup.
The blood on the cord probably rubbed off on the ceiling girder as the spear was falling. So, how about it? Using this method, Nagito could have impaled himself with the spear.
Are you serious? He really committed suicide? Like that?
He
You wish.
probably chose that spear so he could commit suicide like that. If someone else did this, there's no reason they'd go to all this trouble just to kill someone with a spear.
I agree. When I was investigating this case, I kept thinking over and over how strange it was. Why did the killer use the knife and the spear so differently?
So you're saying he needed to use that spear to pull off his trick?
Then, this is for real? He really committed suicide? Every single wound on his body. That was all him?
I mean, yeah.
Not just that, he did all that while he was gripping the spear? That spear should not have stabbed Nagito until the very end. Which means Nagito wounded himself while he was gripping that spear, right?
Did he put the duct tape on his mouth too?
He probably covered his own mouth so we wouldn't hear him screaming in pain.
Did he need to go that far? That's beyond crazy. Why would he do that to himself?
He was probably trying to get us to make a mistake. By committing a suicide that looked like a murder, he was trying to steer us toward the wrong answer. His goal was to get us all executed.
And that's why he stabbed himself over and over again?
Did he want us to die that bad?
That's messed up. That's seriously so messed up.
Yeah, that's our Nagito.
Jeez. Now I start feeling a little sympathy towards him. How stupid of me. I completely underestimated his capacity for malice. A mind-boggling malice that threatens us even after he's dead. That's the form his malice took. I'd forgotten all about that till now. If he was here now, he'd probably be staring at me.
There's one thing I still do not understand. He said he would reveal the traitor, right? Whatever became of that?
He was probably planning to kill the traitor along with the rest of us.
So why did he not just do that in the first place? If he had no qualms with killing everyone, he did not have to cause a bomb scare to reveal the traitor.
I bet the bomb scare was part of the strategy behind this trick. He made us split up and search for a bomb so none of us would have an alibi. He created a scenario where any of us could have killed him.
He tried to make us doubt each other and tried to hide the truth behind his suicide.
Did he cause a bomb scare for that reason alone?
He's a fucking bastard who killed himself for his delusions of grandeur. It's not that unthinkable.
You are right, I suppose.
Yeah, it appears we've come to a conclusion. Bastard Nagito committed suicide. It was all done by him so he'd be executed.
That should be okay, right? Right?
What? You're not satisfied yet?
No, I agree that Nagito killed himself, but I feel like there's something that doesn't make sense. It's probably just my imagination.
Why? I mean, I certainly understand what you're talking about. I don't think it's a mistake to assume Nagito committed suicide, but why do I feel so uneasy about it? Is it because I don't know who the traitor is, or it's because we're like 50 minutes into this like 7-hour class trial?
So what are you gonna do?
Or...
Is it okay to proceed with the voting time?
What do you think, Akane?
Well, there's no doubt Nagito's death was a suicide. Oh well, I guess my gut is wrong sometimes.
You are right. It is not as though we can draw any other conclusion.
Then it's okay to end it here, huh? That means we're done with this last class trial and we can leave this island, right? It's okay to reach such a happy ending, right?
Then it's okay? It's okay to say, you've decided on the killer? Understood. Then voting time.
No, hold on a sec.
Hold on. Why?
Sorry, just a little more. I want you guys to wait just a little more. I can't help but feel like there's still something we overlooked.
Oh
Like
yeah,
who
there's
the
a lot
traitor is?
overlooked.
But the issue here is who killed Nagito, right? Even if we identify the traitor, the conclusion won't change.
That's true, but...
The mystery isn't just about who the traitor is. No matter how you look at it, Nagito's death is a suicide. But I'm a little worried, you know? I'm worried about starting the voting time while there's still a mystery.
Hey, what do you mean it's not about who the traitor is? What kind of mystery is left?
There's just one thing that doesn't make sense, and it relates to Nagito's death. Plus, it's something even Nagito couldn't influence. He couldn't even tamper with the evidence for it.
Some related to Nagito's death, and it's something that he couldn't even
You're
mess
gonna
with.
keep going? Here I thought we were finally finished.
Some related to Nagito's death, a piece of evidence that he couldn't mess with. Something related to Nagito's death and a piece of evidence that he couldn't mess with. I mean, my guess is, so to speak, Academy file, but I wouldn't... I mean, notice how there isn't a cause of death on this Monokuma file. I mean, it could be this, I guess. I would doubt it, but...
I see!
Is
it about the Monokuma file?
I mean, because there isn't a cause of death in the Monokuma file, and that's why I selected that. But I can't believe that's the right answer.
That's it.
Huh? There was something suspicious in the Monokuma file?
The victim is Nagito Kimura. The body was discovered inside the warehouse near the Monokuma plushie factory. The estimated time of death is believed to be noon sharp. Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, there are also multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there's a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand. The suspicious part of the Monokuma file that Chiaki is worried about is... what is it? What's in the Monokuma file? Cause of death? Okay. What is this? Like, honestly. What is this? Come on now. Come on. Like... seriously. This is insane. Just... like... come on now. What is this minigame? Keep in mind, I'm only up the difficulty for the logic and reasoning part, not the minigames. That was insane.
Got it!
Who designed that minigame and was like, yeah, this is a good idea?
In this particular case's Monokuma file, there's no specific cause of death.
Even knowing the answer, I lost 70% of my health bar. Anyways. Not only is there a spear stab in his stomach, there are also multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there's a laceration in his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand.
Isn't that weird? Until now, the files always specified the cause of death.
But the cause of death is obvious, is it not? The spear in Nagito's stomach. It is obvious just by looking at it that it was the cause of death.
Maybe it's
yeah, something that big and thick to penetrate you, you die instantly.
Well, Monokuma,
I plead the fifth!
Here he goes again!
Wrong
I'm
country.
so appalled that I have nothing to say.
But even during Gundam's case, and before during Mikan's case, the thing he purposely omitted from the Monokuma file was always the most important mystery in the case.
Are you saying that applies this time too?
Hold on a sec. Then, are you saying there's more to Nagito's death? Are you suggesting, again, that his death wasn't a suicide?
You guys were the ones who said it was a suicide in the first place.
No, I don't think it's a mistake to call Nagito's death a suicide, but it's not just a suicide. Come to think of it, did Nagito really commit suicide just to get us all killed?
are you sticking up for him?
That's not what I meant. I mean it in a bad sense.
Bad sense?
I just remembered that his malice always defied our expectations, and that concerns me. For example, would that malice just end here?
Huh?
Did Nagito's malice drive him to risk his life for a truth we'd reach this easily? I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about, you know?
How interesting! You sure do believe in Nagito, huh? Because you believe in his malice, you continue to suspect his malice. I see. I guess that's what passes for friendship these days.
What friendship?
What should we do, you guys? Should we proceed with the vote? I think we should keep going until everyone is satisfied, even if it's just to be safe.
You're right. We only get one chance to vote after all.
Just to be safe, huh? Guess I have no choice. If that's the case, I'll do my best to go along with it.
This is friggin' annoying. But if you guys say you're doing it, there's no way I'm gonna back out.
Hey, Monokuma! You heard us. The voting's gonna have to wait!
We've come this far. Let's work hard till the very end. If we work together, everything should be all right. That's what I believe.
Oh, splendid. You guys are so splendid right now. That's right. If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you.
If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you, eh? Now I think about it, Nagi said the same thing. The absolute hope that can overcome any despair. He said he was yearning for that. This situation we're in might be the thing that Nagito wanted all along. No, never mind. I'm probably overthinking. Oh, we're legitimate at the halfway point. Okay.
No, no!
Man, I was racing like crazy when I thought it was the time was gonna start, but if you think about rationally, there's always gonna happen. We haven't done this bit yet. Most players probably figured it out too. No one didn't know. It's the right amount of me. Hey, how much like you playing to sulk? Let's get a whole hug like I always do. Alright, you passed. Fred, just measure how long you stand in silence when you're alone with someone else. Oh, not me, not the bestest of friends. Don't say stupid things. I hate you so much. Enough. I don't be that I hate that much. Besides, the fact that you snapped at me like that, I don't trust you at all. Not even a teensy tiny 1 millimeter bit. How sad. To trust in your friends is more shameful than being betrayed by that friend, you know? We're not even friends in the first place. 10-year-old brother, and let me say this. You're not even my brother. It's sad to live a lifetime friendship. That's even sadder than watching a high school rom-com full of guys. Well, I mean, there might be some demand for that. Oh, I fell for it. I totally took the man bait. Alright then. Yeah, sure, we'll say our progress. Why not?
I'm Monami. By now, there's nothing more for me to say. Anyway, my chest is full of pride
Also,
right
didn't change my
now.
batteries before I started this, so...
Everyone is united against despair.
I'm sure
They're
these
totally
batteries will die at some
awesome.
point during this.
That's why
And that will be fine.
I'm gonna fight too. I will fight the only way I can. I'm gonna show that guy my fearsome retaliation. That's basically it.
Cool.
So
Thanks,
if we're
Monami.
working together, where do we start? With
Mean
the
somebody
cause of
say it
death
frequently,
missing from the Monokuma file?
Why don't we try removing all our preconceived notions before we discuss this? In the beginning, our discussion advanced by assuming Nagito's death was caused by the spear. It's better to confirm if there are any other possibilities. That's what I think.
Other possibilities. Huh.
If something other than the spear killed Nagito, all I can think of is the knife stabbed into his hand, but...
That was definitely a gruesome wound, but it wouldn't be the fatal wound, don't you think?
If you think the cuts on his legs and left arm aren't the fatal wounds...
Are we finished already?
I feel like it's possible that we overlooked something.
Then let's bring up
Dad.
whatever we can think of, one after the other. That might clear some things up.
Exactly! We should cooperate at a time like this.
A fatal wound that isn't the spear. We don't even know if it actually exists, but if it does, we can find out what it is no matter what.
Let us consider a different fatal wound.
It's not the knife in his right hand, right? It's not the other wounds, right?
With all those wounds, maybe he simply bled to death.
There's no way he burned to death.
Was the cause of death something that cannot be seen?
I mean, yes.
I agree with that. That's it. I totally forgot about that possibility. If the cause of death was something we can't see, then we have to consider poison as a possible method.
Poison? It is true that poison is not something we can see, but why did you bring that up all of a sudden?
I remember, when I went to investigate Nagito's cottage, I discovered something really strange. Inside the refrigerator, I found a bottle of Monokuma's special poison.
Poison?
Additionally, that's a poison made specifically for killing. I see. Now that you mention it, there's no way a toxin like that doesn't relate to the case at all.
If poison was the cause of death, it would not leave an obvious wound on Nagito's body.
However, it's common for blood blotches to appear on a body that's been poisoned.
I see. You sure seem to know a lot about medicine.
What does that mean?
But
I mean, he's a
even if
Yakuza.
blood blotches appear, if the body was already covered in blood, there's no way we'd notice them easily, right?
Did he wound his body just to camouflage them?
That's also a possibility.
But still, both of Nagito's hands were full. So how would he drink poison?
His left hand was tied up and gripping the spear, and his right hand had a knife stuck in it.
If it was a slow-acting poison, it is possible he consumed it in advance.
No, the warning label on the bottle explicitly states the effect is instant.
Then it's impossible. Both his hands were full just before he died.
And this is when the hardtail appears.
You're totally overvaluing that tail.
His mouth was covered with duct tape, you know. If he wanted to drink poison, how'd he get it past his lips?
If there's no way he could have drank the poison, it might be impossible. Just kidding. It's not like we're out of possibilities yet.
Are there any left?
Hell no! No matter how you slice it, he was totally killed by that spear!
Since we've already ruled out so many possibilities, it might be easier to think about what really killed him. Operation Elimination Method. The hint should be written on the poison's warning label. Maybe.
The way the poison entered Nagito's body, the answer is written on the warning label. I should think carefully and try to remember it. Logic dive, okay, good. I thought you know Hangman's Gambit. I don't want to sit minigame ever again. Alright. Question 1. It was in a gaseous form. Ah. Oh well. I was looking at the background of this minigame. It looks really cool. Question 2. I would assume through his nose. Yep, okay, cool. Oh, that's it? Okay.
It's all coming together!
Not how did it enter his nose, where the poison come
What if
from,
instead
just...
of drinking the poison,
He just
assumed
inhaled it.
Inhale?
Okay.
It's written on the poison's warning label.
This chain liquid is highly potent and takes immediate effect. Please handle with care. So its volatile is low. The liquid is very dangerously vaporized.
Dangerous when vaporized. In other words, breathing in the gas is fatal.
Poison gas! Then all he had to do was breathe it in through his nose.
He breathed that poisonous gas inside the warehouse? But if poisonous gas had spread throughout the warehouse, why didn't it kill us?
The reason we didn't breathe in the poisonous gas, I should explain that mystery too. Well, I mean, there was a giant fire. Sprinklers, well, I'd agree with. Smoke on I agree with as well, but there was a fire. No.
Crap!
Alright. The sprinklers?
I see!
Sure.
The sprinklers in the warehouse. Thanks to those, we didn't inhale that poison gas.
The poison gas disappeared because of the sprinklers? It wasn't the fire?
Apparently not. I tried the fire and the game yelled at me.
Well, this was also written on the poison's warning label.
In a gaseous state, it's heavy in there, it breaks down in minutes, and it's susceptible to hydrolysis. So it's possible for you to poison someone to death without any complications.
Of course! Hydrolysis! The chemical bonds that form the poison were broken down by the water from the sprinklers.
Also, the poison is apparently denser than air, so it probably didn't affect us because we were standing.
But Nagito was laying down, so he must have breathed in a whole bunch of it, huh?
If it meets the requirements that well, maybe it's not just a possibility anymore.
Yeah, the true cause of Nagito's death was poisoning. The wounds on his body, the spear in his stomach, it was all to keep us from learning the truth.
So what?
Huh?
We figured out that Nagito died from poison, but so what? In the end, it doesn't change the fact that he committed suicide, right?
Nagito inhaled the poison he prepared and died. Yeah, that still sounds like a suicide.
Well, with this, we have a clearer picture. We've also determined the true cause of death. All right, all the mysteries should be solved now. We should get on with the voting time, right?
Well, but...
What? There's still more?
I mean, no mystery isn't solved yet. In the end, Naga's motive is still unclear. Did he commit suicide just to kill every last one of us? Was that really his motive? Is that really okay?
What happened? There's no reason to wonder about that stuff anymore, you know.
Nagito's motive. Nagito's malice. Is it really okay? Can we really finish this here?
There
No,
might
this
have
can't
been
be.
an accomplice.
Yeah? Sure.
Chiaki, what did you just say?
If Nagito committed suicide by inhaling poison that he brought, then why wasn't there anything that looked like poison at the crime scene?
Anything that looked like poison?
If Nagito brought poison to the warehouse, it's strange that we couldn't find it there.
If Naga really brought poison to the warehouse, the thing that would have been left behind is, well, the
I
container.
see!
The meat on the bone. Yes.
Are you talking about the container the poison was kept in?
Yeah. If Nagito brought it, it's strange we couldn't find that container anywhere, right?
He can't carry around poison without putting it in a container?
How else do you
Yeah,
carry poison?
that was written on the warning label.
Keep this liquid secure by storing in a cool place in a glass or plastic container, away from sunlight.
The container probably melted in the fire.
It's probably plastic or glass, right? There's no way it'd completely incinerate. Even the plastic plastic fragments of the fire grenades we used to put out the fire didn't completely burn up, you know?
Then, does that mean someone got rid of the container?
So that's why you mentioned an accomplice.
That is impossible! I mean, an accomplice? It is just too...
Like, does that really matter all that much? I mean, even if he had an accomplice, it doesn't change the fact that Nagito still committed suicide.
You're right. Someone might have accidentally took it away from the crime scene.
Ah, you're right! You're totally right! That's totally it!
Right? Isn't it okay to close this case yet? I'm not in the mood for unexpected twists.
We shouldn't have been in a Danganronpa game. I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want anyone to get hurt anymore, but by hurting someone else, everyone's tired. Tired of doubting everyone else. I also feel that way. That's why I just want to rule this as Nagito's suicide, but if I do that, nobody here has to get hurt.
That's no good.
Huh?
I feel like Nagito is seeing through us. By calling this Nagito's suicide, we're trying to take the easy way out so we don't hurt anyone else. But if Nagito was here right now, he'd probably be sneering at us. He'd probably say something like, "So that's the extent of your hopes."
So Nagito's ghost is whispering to you, huh? The power of friendship bursts beyond death, huh? Still, that's pretty messed up.
Shut up! You just be quiet.
I get what you're saying, but in the end, the reason he died is still the same as before. Even if we solve this mystery, the conclusion won't change at all.
I mean, it'd be a suicide regardless, right?
Even if there really was an accomplice, is there any reason we should take the time to figure out who it is? Like Fuyuhiko said earlier, it is possible that somebody accidentally removed the poison from the crime scene.
But I just can't imagine ending this by turning our backs on the truth.
It's fine, okay? There are some things we're better off not knowing. And we probably just didn't notice it. Like maybe the container was hiding with the fire grenade fragments.
I mean, yeah? You said it. What was this feeling just now? Even though it was brief, it was like a strong flash of light running through the back of my head. Maybe what Akane said just now might be a clue. From there, I should reach the answer. The way Nagito brought poison, which means the thing he used as a container was... Don't you dare. It's gonna be the fire grenade container, but like... Okay, at least it's easier right now, so this will not last. There we go, there's the key. What? Oh, I'm just blind. Oh boy, here's where it goes downhill. R. Then is grenade still A or an E? It's with an E, okay. Whatever. A-D-E, I think? I don't know the English language. Oh, whatever. This went better than I thought it would have. Oh, why did I not clear that? Whatever. I hate that minigame so much. It is way worse than the first game, Eggman's Gambit.
I see. I got it.
Huh?
The fire grenades! Nagito put the poison inside one of the fire grenade canisters and transported it to the warehouse.
He used one of the fire grenade canisters?
Yeah, the container with the poison in it wasn't secretly taken away by someone. Instead, it was in a container that didn't need to be taken away in the first place. As long as he put the poison in the same container he brought to the warehouse, it can be hidden with the other fire grenades we used, so there's no need to dispose of the container later.
Bastard. He totally knew we were gonna throw those fire
Yeah,
grenades.
just set the fire to go off.
Which means, did Nagito exchange the contents of a fire grenade?
Yeah, that has to be it.
When I first discovered those fire grenades, I tried to study them a little bit, but the canister was completely sealed shut by a layer of aluminum underneath the lid.
You just have to peel off that seal and swap the insides, right?
That is true, but there was no sign he was even at the break room.
Hold on. Did you say aluminum?
Hajime. Could it be?
Actually, did you say aluminum? Shouldn't you say
If so,
aluminum?
then there's no mistake. Nagito definitely swapped the contents of one of the fire grenades.
North America says aluminum.
Seriously? That's impossible. Miss Sonia just said so right now.
Sonia's words are proof that the poison was swapped with the contents of a fire grenade.
Huh?
Sonia's words to include that contains the contents of a fire grenade. Yeah, it was gonna be the blue piece of aluminium or aluminum paper.
I can prove it with this. Take a look. We found this under Nagito's bed when we were investigating his cottage.
Huh? That's just a piece of trash.
No, that is not just a piece of trash. The seal I saw on that fire grenade matched this. It is the same aluminum.
Yeah,
You
okay, I
found
guess
the
she's not
aluminum
European.
seal under Nagito's bed?
Or a voice actor's not.
There's more. That's not the only thing we found in Nagito's room. He also found a gas mask and gloves under his bed, too.
Did he use those when he put the poison inside the fire grenade?
It's a dangerous poison after all. He took extreme caution when swapping them.
So what's the issue? Nagito put the poison in the grenade canister, brought it with him, breathed it in, and died, right? So in the end, he still fucking committed suicide. Enough already!
You're right. If the canister wasn't thrown away, then it just means that there wasn't an accomplice after all.
See, I told you. The conclusion is still the same. Nagito committed suicide. End of story.
I admit that there wasn't an accomplice. That was just my misunderstanding.
You're right.
In actuality, the truth is even more horrifying.
What did you say?
Hey, what are you planning to say now?
What the hell? Do you still want to keep going?
Is this not settled? There is no denying that Nagito's death was a suicide.
No, it's not.
Chiaki?
I'm sorry, but I just realized it.
Realized what?
We know Nagito used the grenade canister to store the poison.
Yep.
So when was it deployed in the warehouse? When did Nagito breathe in the poison? When I thought along those lines, that's when I realized it.
The horrifying truth?
It probably happened at the same time.
The moment the fire grenades are brought, and the moment Nagito breathed in the poison were the same. Could that be the same moment we all threw the fire grenades?
Are you saying it was when we all threw the fire grenades?
Yeah, I think so. When we all threw the grenades to put out the fire in the warehouse, the poison was deployed, and it converted to poison gas and killed Nagito.
If that is true, then the person who brought the poison and spread it was...
One of us.
What the heck?
One of us threw the poison grenade that killed Nagito?
Hold on a sec. Then Nagito was...
It would mean he didn't kill himself.
You said so yourself!
I
You
mean,
said Nagito
in a
committed
court of law,
suicide!
I'd assume this would still be officially a suicide. I don't think whoever threw the fire grenade here that was filled with poison would be legally charged with anything. Maybe involuntary manslaughter, but there's literally no way you'd prove it. But
then who
that's
killed
legal,
Nagito?
and this is a visual novel.
You mean, who's the actual killer, right?
Do you know?
Who prepared the poison fire grenade that killed Nagito?
Huh? The person who prepared the poison in this fire grenade was... well, Nagito.
See!
I thought we already established that.
It was Nagito, obviously. We just discussed this a few minutes ago.
Then
Yeah.
who set the warehouse fire that caused one of us to throw the poison grenade?
Well, Nagito.
I see! That was also Nagito.
Hey, how many times are you gonna ask the same damn question?
The next question will be my last. Considering all the facts up till now, why did Nagito set the warehouse on fire?
To make someone throw the poison.
See! Don't tell me. He set the warehouse on fire just so we'd have to throw the fire grenades?
He set the fire just so we'd put it out? Why'd he do that?
It was a trap.
A trap?
Preparing the poison. Creating a reason for us to throw the poison. It was all a setup by Nagito. It was all a trap to make one of us throw the poison grenade.
Seriously, I'm asking you who threw it.
I don't know. The person who threw it probably didn't know either.
Huh? Could it be... Was that Nagito's trap?
This wasn't an intentional murder. This was a murder that Nagito forced someone to do. And for that reason, he put the fire grenade that he filled with poison with the other grenades. Setting up a murder nobody can solve. That was Nagito's true goal.
What? What the hell?
Nagito did not commit murder. Instead, he manipulated someone else into killing him?
To do that, he set a trap to force someone to kill him. The poison grenade and the fire were traps. That's why the curtain was the fire's origin point. All the fire grenades we threw at the curtain shattered once they fell to the floor. Because of that, Nagito, who was laying face up on the floor, was able to breathe in the dense poison. And then...
Hold on! If that's true, you can't say the poison was the cause of death. It might be the poison's fault he let go of the spear, but the actual cause of death could be either one.
Even so, the poison is what caused him to let go of the spear.
That's right! Nagito's killer is the one who made him breathe the poison!
Are you fucking serious?
That was his trap all along. Even the wounds all over his body, it was all to mess with the evidence for what actually happened. His true goal was creating a murder that nobody can solve. He wanted to prove to us that there are mysteries that just can't be solved with educated guesses.
He probably expected that his fake suicide would be found out. After all, a mystery that can be solved is destined to be solved in the end. However, he also prepared a mystery that couldn't be solved. As you solve mysteries and bolster your hope, a huge mystery comes along and slaps you in your faces. For those of you who believe there are no unsolvable mysteries, that is when you finally taste despair. Meaning, he used all of the prior class trial verdicts to prepare this trick. Not all mysteries can be solved. Such a devious trick he played on you, as expected of Nagito.
That's totally messed up. That's so fucked up.
It is my fault, because I told you all about the fire grenades. I am so sorry. Please vote me as the killer.
That's not the fucking issue here.
It's not Miss Sonia's fault. This is all Nagito's doing.
But what should we do? How can we even figure out who the killer is?
It's impossible.
Impossible?
Nagito wanted to create a scenario where we couldn't make a decision. That's why we're at an impasse.
However, Monokuma also does not know who the killer is, right?
That's right! There's no way he'd be able to figure that out with just his surveillance cameras! If Monokuma doesn't know, this trial doesn't count! Isn't that right?
You know, I don't actually need stuff like cheap-ass surveillance cameras or whatever. I know perfectly well what's happening on this island at all times. I know you used the bathroom 3 times yesterday, Sonia. And one of those visits seemed to take a while.
Please stop! I will never become queen!
How can you? I'm so jealous. I mean, how can you have such an awful power?
So, of course this trial still counts. Do your very best to guess who the killer is.
Guess, he says. How the hell are we supposed to do that?
Is giving up all we can do?
No, it's too early to give up.
Is there any way to figure out who the killer is?
Even though it's just a hunch, it's possible that it's probably... There's one way, I think.
Really?
Hey, is it alright if we look at Nagito's crime one more time from the beginning?
Are we
I
doing
want
the
to make sure my hunch is correct.
novel segment already?
Hajime,
Okay.
please.
That's right. It doesn't mean this trial's over yet. Even though I don't know who killed Nagito, it should become clear what kind of trap he set. Then I have to do it. Even if it
I
leads
got
to
it.
despair.
Let's do this then.
We are. Okay. Alright then. Go inside Nagito's refrigerator. Get the poison. Right before switching the poison. Well, that's the same as that one, so. What was placed inside the break room? That'd be the fire grenade, which we don't have any of these here. What's beyond the Monokuma panel? I assume it's an oil lighter, but... yeah, okay, cool. Alright. That one's that one, so that's not it. Oops, I let go of the cord. Okay. The poison for the shattered grenades is... sure. Okay. Sure, I still don't think he actually did that, but I guess he did. Alright. It's not a bomb, it's fireworks. Yeah, let's move the lid, okay. There are a lot of progress. Let's put it back. Okay. Stock 4. whole body wasn't tied up. I mean, yeah, okay. Or for himself, he covers now with duct tape. Last stock, alright. How do you support the spear? I agree with that. We went there because of the video message.
Here's everything that happened in this case.
And there we go.
The person who actually arranged this incident was the victim, Nagito Komaeda. He kept a specific item inside his cottage that he needed for his plan. Monokuma's special poison, which he brought with him from the Octagon. Using the gloves and gas mask that he got from the military base, Nagito swapped the contents of a fire grenade he took from the plushie factory break room with that poison. When he did that, a specific item was left as evidence, the blue aluminum seal on the grenade. With that, Nagito finished making the poisoned fire grenade, took it with him to the factory, and put it back with the rest of the grenades in the break room. The next morning, Nagito appeared before us and declared that he hid a bomb somewhere. While we were looking for the bomb, that's when Nagito headed over to the goods warehouse. In order to set up a fire, Nagito arranged the Monokuma panels in a line going from the door to the curtain and placed an oil lighter in front of it. From there, Nagito set his insane plan in motion. First, he hung the spear that he took from Nezumi Castle from the ceiling girder by its cord. Then he tied his arms and legs at the back of the warehouse with rope. However, he burnt off the rope on his right arm beforehand. In doing so, he made sure that only his right hand was free, while his remaining arm and legs were tied up. As he gripped the tip of the rope hanging over the ceiling girder with his left hand, he lay down face up, just beneath the dangling spear. But this was just the beginning of Nagito's plan. And then, he did something no one could have predicted. First, he covered his mouth with duct tape, and after making sure he was unable to scream, he stabbed himself with the knife multiple times in his left arm and in both of his thighs. Finally, he propped the knife on the plushie and slammed his right hand onto the blade. He didn't just want us to think he was tied up, he also wanted us to think he'd been tortured. Through all this, Nagito never let go of the spear. His plan still wasn't over. In fact, it was just about to begin. Meanwhile, we finally arrived at the plushie factory and found Nagito's message. After seeing his message, we instantly made our way to the warehouse. But that was part of Nagito's plan. We opened the door to the warehouse, which inadvertently started the Monokuma panel domino effect. The panels fell one after another until they reached the lighter, tipped it over, and ignited the curtain. Shocked by the sudden fire, we rushed to the factory's break room to obtain some fire-extinguishing grenades. We then aimed for the fire's origin point, which was the curtain, and unloaded the entire supply. It never occurred to us that one of those grenades was the poisoned grenade that Nagito had prepared. The poison sank to the floor, instantly vaporizing due to the intense heat, and spread everywhere. The poison gas quickly drifted to the curtain at the back of the warehouse where Nagito was. Also, Monokuma's poison has a unique quality in which it becomes heavier than air when vaporized. That poison gas completely surrounded the area where Nagito lay face up on the floor. There, Nagito inhaled the poison, and if it didn't instantly kill him, he certainly lost consciousness. Which caused him to let go of the rope in his left hand, and the falling spear plunged into his stomach. This is all the information related to Nagito's plan. His true intention was to set one of us up as the killer. At this time, we still don't know who the killer is, because the killer wasn't aware they killed someone. Try as we might, we cannot reach that truth. That was Nagito's trap. In conclusion, the fact that we can't determine the killer's identity. This should be the truth behind Nagito's trap.
How about it, Chiaki? Will that help you figure out who the killer is?
Chiaki?
Just as I thought. It's impossible, isn't it?
You say we just have to vote for someone?
What Hajime said is probably true. That's part of the reason why I thought it was a little strange. Did Nagito really not care who the killer was?
No, he cared who the killer was.
He said this to us earlier.
It's gonna be fine. I'm pretty sure everything will work out in the end. After all, there's no way hope can lose. Absolute hope can break through any despair. Or, absolute hope that can break through any despair can never lose a place like this. And not only that, I believe in you all. I believe in all the time we spent together.
That feeling of belief is at the heart of his trick. He believed we'd notice the fire grenades. He believed we'd try to extinguish the flames. And he believed we'd fall into his trap. By believing in us, Nagito was able to put his life-threatening plan into effect.
What do you mean, believe?
And what's wrong with that?
There's one more thing, remember? Something that Nagito believed in from the bottom of his heart. I want you to try to remember what that is.
What Nagito believed in. His talent.
See! Nagito believed in his talent as the ultimate lucky student.
After all this time we spent together, I believe in you guys. And more than anything, I believe in my ultimate luck. So, his step will be alright.
I guess the last thing he could believe in was his own talent.
That's not so strange, really. Most of us here have been relying on the same thing.
But, in his case, it was pretty remarkable, wasn't it? It almost seemed like he had blind faith in it.
You're right. The same thing happened when he cleared the final dead room at the funhouse.
It wasn't life-threatening at all. It was just a little escape embedded in some Russian roulette. Russian roulette. Yeah, it's a game where you load one bullet into a gun, spin the cylinder, point toward you, and pull the trigger. So you really did it. That's how you're supposed to play it, but... So, even fine if I only used one bullet, huh? I guess what Monami just said. Huh? I misunderstood that. I thought you had to load all the bullets in the cylinder, so that's how I did it. You had a 0% chance of surviving? But I'm still alive after all. The only good thing about me is how lucky I am. It's the same thing when the first killing happened at the old building near the hotel. He depended on his luck and was able to get cleaning duty just as he wanted. That's right, I just trusted my luck. I trusted to be picked for cleaning duty. I don't remember his voice. You just relied on your luck? That's not his voice at all. It's not just luck, it's my true talent. If it's my true talent, it's trash, but I'm still the ultimate lucky student, you know? Huh, I'm left with the red mark. For someone called the ultimate lucky student, you seem very lucky right now. At the time, I thought myself lucky, but It was actually the exact opposite. I was lucky. That's why I got hit with collision duty, just as I wanted.
But his luck doesn't have anything to do with the case this time, right?
I just thought it was strange that it doesn't connect to anything.
Oh, it does.
He factored in his belief in us. But for some reason, he didn't factor in his own luck. No, there's no way. I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about.
What did he do?
No, he wasn't just after anybody. He probably had a target. A target he was aiming for all along.
A target? Who?
The target's true identity. Even Nagito didn't know it. That's why he relied on being the ultimate lucky student, and incorporated that luck into his plan. As long as he had his luck, he believed the target he was after would pick up the fire grenade.
You mean he left his plan to luck?
He risked his life for that?
He probably risked his life just so his ultimate luck could decide this.
Who is it? Who's the target Nagito was after?
No, I didn't have to ask. I should already know what the answer was.
That's it. The traitor. Nagito was after the traitor, huh?
Then he relied on his luck to weed out the traitor?
Nagito didn't know who the traitor was until the very end. All he could do was rely on his own luck.
Then what he said in his video message...
It wouldn't work with just any student handbook. If you want to disarm that bomb, you have to use the traitor student handbook. To be honest, I already found out who the traitor was after seeking admiring everybody's activity, but it's a little annoying that they never came forward.
So he was just bluffing.
That's probably true. By that point, his plan should have already been in motion.
Then, it's just Nagito said in the beginning. His purpose was to weed out the traitor. If we just believed what Nagito said, we would have reached that answer much quicker. The reason that took so damn long, was it really because we didn't believe in him?
If he just wanted to out the traitor, he didn't have to go this far and make that person the killer. Damn it! We're all in a huge bind because of that!
It means he wants us to beat the traitor.
By finding out who the traitor is, our hopes will shine even brighter by overcoming that despair. That's something he'd say.
Monami, it looks like you've got something you want to say. But you better just keep your mouth shut.
And that concludes my argument. Nagito's plan was to make the traitor kill him. What are you gonna do? Are you guys gonna believe me?
He relied on his luck to aim for a target, but he didn't even know who he was aiming for. It sounds way too unbelievable to actually happen, and just incredibly terrible story
The only
writing.
thing we can do is believe.
If we don't, then we'd just be relying on our luck when we cast our votes.
But even if we do believe, what should we do? I mean, if we don't know who the target is, there's no way we can even vote.
You are absolutely right. It is hard to think the traitor would reveal themselves now.
If, by chance, the traitor revealed themselves during that bomb scare, what would have happened? Would it have stopped Nagito from acting so reckless?
Huh?
But they couldn't help it. Even if they wanted to reveal themselves, they couldn't do it because they weren't created to do that.
Chiaki?
What's wrong, Chiaki? Get a hold of yourself.
That's why I want you guys to guess.
You want us to guess?
Yeah, I want you to guess.
What? What does that mean?
Who do you think it is, Hajime? Who do you think the future Foundation sent to infiltrate your group as the traitor?
Why?
A traitor who's not allowed to think that they're different from everyone else.
Why?
A traitor who can only interact with everyone as a traitor.
Why?
Because that's the nature of their existence. They can only exist as a traitor.
Seriously, why?
Who do you think is the traitor? Hajime, please.
I hate to do it. That's fond of me, obviously.
It's... you? Chiaki, you're the traitor?
Please! Hold on!
Aw, you totally guessed right. Just as expected. Yep, you're correct. I'm the traitor. The agent sent by the Future Foundation to hide among you all is me.
Damn it. Why? This nonsense is... Why? Why does this make sense?
Chiaki, are you being serious right now?
Chiaki is the traitor? That is a lie, right? Surely you must be joking.
I'm sorry. It's the truth.
Hey, what are you saying sorry for?
What does this mean? You... Up till now... You've been tricking us?
We were not tricked! After all, we have been working together all this time. We have been helping each other all this time. Chiaki, being a traitor, being a member of that horrifying Future Foundation, that is obviously a lie!
But please, wait! The Future Foundation isn't what you think it is!
Shut the fuck up! We're talking to Chiaki!
No, I have nothing more to say.
Why?
Because we already know the killer's true identity. So the only thing left to do is vote.
Hold on! We're not satisfied yet!
If you say you are the traitor, please provide an explanation that will help us understand. We cannot vote until we are satisfied. That is what you said earlier, Chiaki.
Hey, if you're really the traitor, why'd you wait till now to reveal yourself?
It's weird, isn't it? Waiting until right now to out yourself.
It's definitely strange, right? Or rather, why was I able to do that? Maybe... I wanted to protect everyone, no matter the cost.
Huh?
Hey, Hajime. Can you do me a small favor?
Favor? Me?
I want you to prove to them that I'm the traitor.
What? What are you saying? Why do I have to do that?
I want to explain everything to you guys, but... as I expected, that's rather difficult. That's why... the only thing I can do is plead with you. I want you to do it. I believe you can prove it.
Whether I can prove it or not, that's not the problem. Don't you understand? You may as well be asking me to kill you. There's no way I can do that.
I'm very sorry, but this is the only way. So please.
Looks like we gotta do what we can. It's not like I believe she's the traitor. There's just no way we can ignore this without confirming it.
If she was just disguised or something, this would have been a heck of a lot easier for us to understand, but...
She's not disguised at all! 'Cause Chiaki isn't the traitor.
Monami?
Too bad. I'm not part of the same group as that girl. I don't know anything about that girl at all.
Hey, are you trying to cover for her like that? You suck!
I've always been alone. I have no friends anywhere. That's why I have no relation to Chiaki whatsoever.
Hajime, you're going to listen to my request, right?
Damn it.
Chiaki isn't my friend. I hate Chiaki so much.
Mommy and Chuck's relationship, proving it here. Is that the only way? Oh no. I thought we were gonna go with... Alright, whatever.
Let's all get along.
I thought we were gonna go entire
Let's all
Flash
get
Cards
along.
and talk action
First
minigame.
open and mix. I can't lose.
At least with the
I can
fever
use
time, it
the
makes it a lot easier.
I won't let you.
Because now it is just match day button.
First open and mix.
Focus
I'll
me
lower
runs
your
out.
grades. Disappear. Hajime, use to the face. Chiaki and I aren't best friends.
Monomi's... No.
This is the end! When we investigated Nagito's cottage, I discovered a notebook with the new Sami logo on it. That's your notebook, right? The one Nagito stole from you.
I don't know. I don't know.
Don't tell me. Is that where the traitor's true identity is written?
That's right! Since I knew something like this would happen, I made sure to bring it here today.
Oh, so sudden?
Give me that notebook!
Day one, I was here to talk to everyone the first time today. Monokuma showed up and things turned bad. Day two, Bakuyu's the leader. A lot of things happened today, so everybody's tired.
What is this? Is this Monomi's diary?
Is the traitor's identity written in here?
Nagito was probably looking for that too, so that might be why he stole the notebook. But you wouldn't know who the traitor is just by reading this notebook. Of course, Nagito wouldn't know either. However, it's different for me.
You know?
It took me this long, but I finally understand.
No. The truth is, I might have already known the moment I found this notebook. It's just, I wanted to surmise the truth it contained. But now I clearly know. I can't help
First
but
of
know.
all, this isn't Monomi's diary. Apparently she can't write.
Then the one who wrote this is...
Someone connected to Monomi. Meaning, it's not a mistake to think that the traitor wrote it.
If so, is this like a report that the traitor was sending to Monomi?
Is it evidence that they were observing our actions and reporting to Monomi?
But how would you know who the traitor is from that?
Because there's an entry written in here that only me and one other person would know.
The topic discussed in the entry. Follow that room?
In the notebook, there was a specific entry.
Day 16. We've been in the funhouse for 3 days. Everyone's hungry on edge. Hajime tried to go in the final bedroom today. He's probably panicking because no one believes him.
There it is. It's true. I tried to go inside the final dead room, but the only one who knew that.
If I win the life-threatening game here, I'll be able to go to that Octagon place, right? That's where the exit should be. I did it. I finally did it. I finally figured out where the exit is. I can get out. With this, I can finally get out. You can't do that. You shouldn't go in there. You won't find what you're looking for.
That's right. The only person who knew that is Chiaki. That's why Chiaki is the only person who could have possibly written about this.
There must be some mistake. I mean,
Don't
if
make me
Chiaki
play
is the
Cat
traitor,
Talk action again.
what was all that
Please
time we
don't.
spent with her? Was that all a lie too?
Miss Sonia.
Chiaki is... She is being controlled by Monokuma. That is why we should help her.
I'm not satisfied either. I mean, if you were the traitor, there's no way you do something so stupid when we found the bomb.
It's really stupid fighting over something like this. And so, with an annoyed expression on her face, Chucky walked over the bomb without saying a word, took her handbook out of her pocket, and without hesitating, swiped the card reader. Looks like it was wrong.
Now that you mention it, Chiaki immediately went to the card reader with her handbook.
She tested it out right away after being told it would only react to the traitor's handbook.
That doesn't make any sense. A traitor would be more cautious than that.
Chiaki probably knew the bomb was a fake. That's why she also knew Nagito's trap was a bluff.
She knew? That is a mistake! That must be a mistake! Why are you saying such things? Do you really want Chiaki to be the traitor?
Of course not!
I will not believe it! I refuse to believe Chiaki is a traitor! There is just no way!
I don't want to believe it either. I don't want to
Then
believe,
nobody
but...
will be saved!
Chiaki is not the traitor!
When we were trying to turn off the bomb, didn't Chiaki use the card reader right away?
If she's a traitor, she would have been more cautious.
There's no way Chiaki would have known if that bomb was fake or not! The only person who knew it was a fake was me, when I tried to detonate it!
Unless you know
Me
a whole
when I
lot
try to
about bombs,
detonate it.
there's no way you know if it's fake just by looking at it.
I don't believe it, bud. I've moved forward. I've moved towards the path she's showing us.
Chiaki is not the traitor!
When we were trying to turn off the bomb, didn't Chiaki use the card reader right away?
If she's a traitor, she
Right.
would have been more cautious.
I
There's
mean,
no way Chiaki would have known.
I don't know where we're going with this one. Monokuma knew the bombs were fake. Okay. So it
If
is
that
me.
bomb was fake or not! The only person who knew it was a fake was me.
When I tried to detonate
Detonate it.
But Monokuma knew
Damn
the...
it!
Whatever, alright.
Chiaki is not the traitor!
When we were trying to turn off the bomb, didn't Chiaki use the card reader right away?
Right.
If she's a traitor, she would have been more cautious.
There's no way Chiaki would have known if that bomb was fake or not! The only person who knew it was a fake was me, when I tried to detonate it!
Unless you know a whole lot about bombs, there's no way you know if
it's fake just by looking at it.
Just by looking at it. No? Okay. I mean, they look like fireworks.
Chiaki is not the traitor!
Because they're fireworks.
When
But
we were
alright.
trying to turn off the bomb, didn't Chiaki use the card reader right away?
What's Sonia's account? Monami was... Oh.
If she's a traitor, she would have been more cautious.
Okay.
There's no way Chiaki would have known.
So it is
that
me,
bomb
but
was
Sonia's
fake or
account
not?
said Monokuma's. Alright.
The only person who knew it was a fake was me.
When I tried to
There we go.
That's not it. Sonia shouldn't have been the only one who knew it was a fake. Monami was also there when you found out the bomb at the military base wasn't real. You said so yourself.
Is that true, Miss Sonia?
Chiaki heard about it from Monami. That's why she knew the bomb was a fake.
Since I've been found out, I'll just confess. The reason I couldn't tell anyone I knew the bomb was a fake was because if I had said that, I would have had to explain how I heard about it from Monami.
I do not want to hear that! Enough already. Please do not say another word. I do not want this anymore. I am so very tired of doubting people.
Sonia.
And just because she knew the bomb was a fake does not mean we should decide she is the traitor! Even if she knew the bomb was fake, that does not prove Chiaki is the traitor! If that counts as evidence, I should be doubted too! After all, I also knew the bomb was fake.
Sonia, she's panicking pretty badly. I won't have enough words if I counter right away.
Even if she knew the bomb was fake, that does not prove Chiaki is the traitor! If that counts as evidence, I should be doubted too! After all, I also knew the bomb was fake. Even if she knew the bomb was fake, that does not prove Chiaki is the traitor! If that counts as evidence, I should be doubted too! After all, I also knew the bomb was fake.
Knowing it was a fake isn't the problem. What matters is who told her. What matters is that she heard about it from Monami.
There was someone other than me and Monami who knew that bomb was fake! That someone is Monokuma!
Yeah.
Monokuma said so earlier, correct? He knows everything about this island. Monokuma probably told Chiaki that it was fake beforehand. If so, you cannot declare that. Monami and Chiaki were working together.
Oh no.
Damn it!
That's fine.
Even if she knew the bomb was fake,
Alright.
that does not prove Chiaki is the traitor. If that counts as evidence, I should be doubted too. After all, I also knew the bomb was fake.
Knowing it was a fake isn't the problem. What matters is who told her. What matters is that she heard about it from Monami.
There was someone other than me and Monami who knew that bomb was fake. That someone is Monokuma!
What is Monokuma's account? Monokuma knew that all bombs are fake, however, he apparently never told it to anyone. Okay.
Monokuma said so earlier, correct? He knows everything about this island.
Right.
Monokuma probably thought it was fake beforehand.
You're right. Monokuma probably knew the bomb was a fake. But Monokuma shouldn't have told anyone either.
Then, where did Nagito obtain the bombs he used? I wonder. If I give you guys a hint, then you should know what's the military base. To tell you the truth, the bombs there are fakes. I already know that. You should have said so earlier. Well, I thought if you keep quiet before Shadow, the kill was gonna happen. That's why I was just telling you for the first time. Whew, I'm so relieved.
That... Monokuma may have just been lying.
No, he won't lie at times like this. You already know that.
Hajime, are you going to believe Monokuma over Chiaki?
That's not it.
It's just, even if Chiaki is the traitor, is it really okay to vote for her? That basically just means we have to believe in Nagito's luck, right?
That's not it.
Telling us to trust his luck? Are you telling us to entrust our lives to that bastard?
There's no way I can believe in Nagito.
I'm telling you that's not it. We shouldn't believe in Monokuma or Nagito. We have to believe in Chiaki.
Huh?
It doesn't matter who the traitor is. Even if Chiaki is the traitor, that's not the Chiaki I know. I believe in the Chiaki who's been with us this whole time. That Chiaki is saying she wants to protect us with her life. So the only thing we can do is believe her. If we don't, nobody's going to be saved.
Damn it.
Hey, can you listen to me a little? There's nothing to be sad about, you know? 'Cause this is different from what happened before. Unlike before, you guys don't have to stay alive by doubting someone. You guys can stay alive by believing in me.
Are you telling us to believe in you and sacrifice you? That is just too cruel.
I'm sorry.
Chiaki!
Monami, I'm sorry too. You're probably gonna get scolded by a lot of different people for this. But still, I want to protect everyone by any means. And I'm happy that I'm able to do that.
It's not up to me to decide whether that's right or wrong. However, I believe it's truly amazing that you were able to think like that. We could even call this a miracle.
Hey, what have you two been talking about? Everyone's jaws are dropping, you know?
I know. It's voting time, right?
Hey, Chiaki.
You don't have to worry. Believe in me, and cast your vote.
God damn it!
Why did it end up like this?
Yep, there we go. It's not fair. I feel the same as everyone else. There's no way I can agree to this. Emptiness, loneliness, sadness. Most of all, I'm ashamed of my weakness, but even so, I have to move forward. You can believe in the people who's urging us forward. Then we have to start walking, and believe with as much hope as possible in what lies ahead.
Even so.
Ah, man, I pooped. Let's go ahead and announce the results. The traitor for the Future Foundation and Monokuma killer is Chiaki Nanama, whatever her name is. Are you serious? That was correct? The fact that Chiaki's a traitor. The fact that Nagito's crime depended entirely on his luck. Everything was true? Plus, that means that bastard man should pull it all off.
Congratulations, everyone.
Damn it.
Damn it! Celebrating it all. Chiaki, let me ask you one more time. Are you really part of the Future Foundation? An agent of the organization that brought us to this island? Is that
I'm
really
sorry
a true
I
identity?
didn't tell you guys.
What?
That is...
I cannot believe it. Even though I don't want to believe it. There is no choice but to believe, right?
I'm sorry.
It'd better if I could have said it sooner, but I couldn't say it no matter what. I can't betray the Future Foundation. Can't
Well?
betray. If you want to fly, you can't, right? Even if you want to swim where you please, you can't, right? It's the same for me. Due to the nature of my existence, I will never be able to betray the Future Foundation. What the heck? But in the end, you said something similar. What you did is no different than sharing your secret yourself. You're right. I know sometimes you're laughing. But strangely enough, I don't have any regrets. In fact, I'm somewhat happy. I was able to think what I wanted to protect everyone. That's why I feel proud of my actions. You're still saying these things, I don't get, but if we ask you anything, you're just not gonna answer, right? Like, if we ask you where in the Future Foundation and
I'm
stuff.
sorry.
that is...
Even if you're the traitor, you never betrayed us. Chiaki, you will always be our friend, even now. We won't blame you for this. That is why you don't need to apologize. So cheers revealed, Chiaki lost. In the end, it went all according to Nagito's plan, huh? Yeah, about that. Was it really Nagito's goal? Is it real okay to say he was trying to find the killer and eliminate them? If so, isn't it strange? Strange. I mean, we nearly lost, right? If Chiaki hadn't said anything, we definitely would have lost. You raise a good point. That's exactly it. Even though Nagito said he would weed out the traitor, he never said he would kill the traitor.
Yes, indeed.
Congratulations, everybody! You successfully stopped Nagito's plan. I mean, Nagito was revealed the traitor. Kill everyone else besides the traitor. Kill everyone besides the traitor.
You serious?
That was Nagito's goal. Why did you do something like that? Of all the far plan that would only the traitor survive. Is that bastard really that twisted? It's okay. Okay, what? I mean, it's not just Nagito's fault. If circumstances had been different, he probably wouldn't have taken things so far. You really are a kind-hearted person. You think so? Jeez, I wonder where you get your personality from. Maybe our dad and our big brother, don't you think?
Come on now!
Hey, don't talk about your family all of a sudden. That's totally rough territory. I cannot lose to Chiaki. Just like Chiaki and everyone else, even if I know it's a fight I can't win, I must try to retaliate. Retaliate?
I will no longer let you do as you please.
Stupid! Stop! What are you doing?
As they say, we shall die together.
She's self-destructed? Oh, what?
Huh?
What's going on? How can we, like, die?
No!
I'm not dead! Oh, the freaking one came out. Oh man, that surprised me. If I hadn't have a spare, I would have died. I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet.
If I don't beat you, nobody can live in peace.
Stop it, I say! I'm sorry, I lose! Forgive me!
Hey, not yet. Seriously, stop it. If you don't now,
I
this will
won't
be destroyed.
forgive you.
Of course. I'm doing it so you'll all be destroyed. I'll be the
I
one to
won't
protect
let
my
you.
students. I'll protect them by life.
Hey,
Monami, you. Now then, how many of you are there? You might as well come out all at once.
How exciting.
How many? Not that much. Just around 10 to the 60th power. What did you say? 1 million. Yeah, 1, 10, 100, 1, 1,000, 10,000, 1 million, 1 billion, 1 trillion, 1 quadrillion, 1 pentillion, 1 sextillion, 1 septillion, 1 octillion, 1 dectillion, not know what 9 is, not 9 tillion, 9 dectillion. Jump ahead, 10 to the 52, 10 to 56, and then 10 to 60. That's 10 to the 60th power.
Hey!
After this, you're still joking around? You sure have quite the spirit, darling. Spirit. Not joking. What are you saying more? Did you see that scene? Why are you doing this? That clone's all continuously and endlessly created. Have you ever played with despair girls? Like, there are bees everywhere. And they're all created in the Monokuma manufacturing facility.
That's wrong.
What? Those are just stuffed animals, and no one's ever played that game. That's right. I checked my own hands. They're just plushies. You're bluffing. Finish them off. Even if it's just a plushie, as long as you give it Monokuma's personality, because I'm fully developed Monokuma. What did you say? Just as possible. That's not even magic. Magic?
Could it be?
Have you already that much power? Hold on. You forget magic so suddenly. We're going to be confused. Unless you mean magic in a technological sense. Or sense at all. Oh, what's going on? Don't tell me. They're not calling us magic or something. Well, I don't care how you interpret it.
In the end, even if Monami risks her life or does whatever, it doesn't matter to my army of 10 to the power of 60 strong! There's no value in that life you're risking. So how about this? This overwhelming despair! Does it make you dizzy from excitement? What's this?
And I'm Mommy's looking challenge my army of 10 to 60th power. You don't have anything to say. I know. Let's see. You have 10 more right. That's right. I know everything. The conquers new world. I won't give up. You have no
It's okay,
choice of winning.
Well,
It's not about
let's
giving up,
believe
you
in
know?
them.
Let's believe in everyone. And let's leave the rest to them.
Right?
But
Damn it.
what the hell's going on? I do not know for certain, but
Please
the one thing I
listen.
could say is Monami is the enemy, or Monokuma is the enemy of the
Like-
Fish Foundation. Does that mean there's no organization that's our enemy
This is
besides the Fish
bad.
Foundation? We're in a situation because we're caught up in a dispute between these two organizations? Okay, that's it. This is the talk for later. Because the punishment time's gonna start. Hold on, just a little more time. To wait or to not wait, that's the question. But which will cause more despair? That's just the real question. If you think about it, you know, right? There's no way I'd wait. But I
sorry.
haven't. Hajime. Regardless, there's nothing else I can say. I'm not allowed to say anything more than I already have. Not that
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
for Chiaki,
Special
the ultimate
bleeding
gamer.
service.
Yeah, and for Monami too. And why even Monami? It's just 2 for 1 special. I could have killed the thing anytime I wanted, since she's not a student. Oh, and also, I don't need anybody that'll defy me anymore. And also, I remember now, I'm an only child. What is that? It's okay. Even if even if I'm here, I'm just a burden anyway. And not just that, I've decided to
guys.
believe in everyone.
I'm sorry about so
guys.
many things. I'm sorry for lying to you. I'm sorry. I couldn't protect you to the very end.
Just one last time, let me say something that makes me sound like a teacher. There's no need to be a hero. You don't have to force yourself just to make people acknowledge you. When you do that, you end up blaming yourself, blaming other people, and feeling jealous of everyone. But still, it doesn't have to be like that. Even if people don't acknowledge you, you just have to be someone that you can be proud of. 'Cause you yourself are your biggest supporter. If you can learn to love yourself, that love will continue to support you for the rest of your life. Love, love.
Bye, everyone. It's okay. A shining future will always be waiting for you. It's true. It's absolutely true. 'Cause I know.
Bye-bye. Please don't forget about your teacher.
Let's give it everything we've got.
Let's
It's
pursue entire
punishment
experience. This is a
time!
very last punishment time. Not sure if that's a legal Tetris piece there, but I guess we'll ignore that. Or that one as well. Even until the very end, I couldn't look at Chiaki's final moments without realizing it. I'd fallen to my knees. A feeling of powerlessness spread throughout my body. It's over. It just had to end. Before I could ask what I needed to ask, before I could say what I needed to say, Chiaki vanished from my eyes. And I couldn't even tell her thank you. If I said that, would she have been comforted a little? As she was executed as a traitor, would she have been comforted a little? I don't know. My chest just hurt.
I don't believe it!
Goodness gracious, that was such a surprise. As Chiaki, she took on the role of a point man to the class trials, as did Nagito too. And not only was she a traitor, she was Nagito's killer too. Oh well, don't even worry about it. There won't be any more situations when you rely on them. Does that mean... now that Annoying Rabbit's gone as well, all the obstacles that keeping us stuck on this island are completely gone. Are you serious?
I shall now present!
Yep, congratulations! With this, I shall announce the end of the Killing School trip. For you 5 years survived till now, I shall give you the right to graduate. Thank you all for your hard work. Are you really okay with that? No, what do you mean? There's still 2 days left and a whole other chapter, as Chiaki said. If you're acting like your usual self, you'd be setting things up so another kill happen right away. Great. Stop it! What are you saying? What if Mr. Monokuma changes his mind? Also, you said you 5, like you're emphasizing that part. Does that mean that people... Does that number of people matter more than the remaining time? That's why you're saying it's the end already, even though there's still 2 days left, right? It matters that there are only 5 people left? Are you playing like a volleyball team? You need 6 for volleyball. Don't stay quiet. Say something. It's your actual purpose. You're an enemy and an enemy of the Future Foundation, so it's true identity. If the Future Foundation's world ender, then I will end the new world that the Future Foundation creates.
No!
Well, you just have to look forward to the rest after the countdown ends. That timer's almost to reach 0. If it reaches 0, everything will end. The Future Foundation's lame plan, nothing but toilet bubbles.
Hey,
When that time comes, you'll know everything. You'll see all your questions answered in one go. And then, you guys will find out yourselves just how messed up your world is. Huh? New world? Don't go saying new shit all of a sudden. Well, just think of the 2 days until the countdown reaches 0 as a bonus. While you're at it, you should enjoy the rest of your lives on this tropical island to the fullest. Because once you leave this island, your hopeless lives back home will wait for you. Monokuma's boisterous laughter carried on for what felt like forever. Our questions, our worries, our sadness were simply ignored. The laughter just kept going forever. As for what we did afterwards, honestly, it doesn't even matter at all. I turned my cottage for the time being and fell asleep. Even after I woke up, my will to move my body didn't come back. That's why I didn't look on everything that happened until just now. I didn't think about what's going to happen. I just kept praying that nothing else would happen, as I burrowed deep in my sheets, as if I were trying to hide. In doing so, I was somehow trying to endure the long day. And then, the sun finally set. The day feels abnormally long when you spend it praying that nothing happens. Which reminds me, I've heard Monokuma's announcement. I guess that doesn't need it anymore. Is everything really going to end? What is everything anyway? How far? How much is everything? If we leave this island, is everything going to end? There's so much we don't know. Our school memories, the Future Foundation, Hoodspy Academy, Monokuma's true purpose. Can we really turn our back on all that? And not just that, if we're really leaving, then where are we going? To Hoodspy Academy? That was my last night on Jabberwock Island. At a place where my worries didn't even matter. Everything's about to end. felt like I had a fun dream somehow. I think it's about my childhood. Because of that, I was able to face the day with a somewhat happier feeling than usual. That's right. It's the last day. According to Monokuma. Suddenly, my body shuddered. Right when I opened my eyes, I was gripped by a fear that I'd never felt before. A fear like I had abandoned in this world. Completely, utterly alone. With nobody left on this island. Kazuchi, Fuyiko, Akane, and Sonia. Like everyone was gone, I couldn't find them anywhere. I suddenly couldn't believe in anything. Like everything in this world was nothing but lies. I rushed to the cottage, desperate to escape that fear. I rushed to the cottage, desperate to escape that fear. I rushed to the cottage, desperate to escape that fear. I rushed... When I left the cottage, I ran to her. Haha, Hachime, good timing. Good time? What do you mean? Remember Naga's video message that they found in the factory? Yeah, we were dealing with the bomb rockets.
Well?
What about it? Apparently there was a more text message inside the laptop.
Yep.
Huh? We weren't able to see it until a day or so had passed. Apparently it was locked by a timer. Did he set it up to be able to watch it after the class trial? Why would he do that? Maybe Nagito planned to leave this as a will. Nagito's will? Where is it right now? We're just planning to meet at the restaurant and watch it together. Got it. The restaurant. Yeah, okay.
Yo!
Hey, you're late. Is it true? Nagito really left no message? And for Miss Sonia, thank her. She's the one who found it. I was going on a walk with Gundam's hamster, and I found it when I stopped by the factory. A coincidence, you say? Wrong. This is the will of causality guiding you. Why Miss Sonia going for a walk with Gundam?
Damn right.
I never allowed that. So anyway, let's start and play it. Yeah, you're right. Because that's the most normal thing that's going to happen here.
I wonder who's
Oh, geez,
watching this message.
Is it the chair of the Future Foundation? If so, congratulations. Looks like it ended the way I'd hoped. Ended the way you'd hope. I hoped it would.
Damn it.
Now he's trying to kill everyone except the traitor? Damn it.
Hey,
It's just
hey.
Monokuma said. So he really set up the traitor as a killer? He even managed to make survive the trial? So how did he do that? Enough of the useless talk. It appears there's still more. But if everyone but the traitor is watching this video, then unfortunately, I guess I lost. The outcome is the complete opposite of hope I believe in. Well, not that it matters to me anymore. I mean, no matter what the outcome is, it doesn't matter for a dropout like me. Let's put aside this meaningless introduction aside and get down to business. Since I don't know who I'm talking to, I'm gonna speak so both sides understand. First of all, I'm not wondering why I did what I did. Well, I just took action after talking about it for so long. The special prize in the final dead room allowed me to learn a certain truth. It would be troublesome if everyone found out, so I already scrolled to that page. But anyway, I was still surprised, I mean. The Future Foundation's traitor must not have all along. And so, I was able to learn the truth about this world and resolved to take immediate action immediately. I shouldn't have made fun of Hajime. Deep down, I always wanted to become a protagonist myself. But now I know the truth. As I look back on Monokuma's actions, I was starting to see what he's planning. By giving us information about the island's mystery and the Future Foundation, he's raising all his hopes too. But only so he can lead you to unimaginable despair. Plus, Monokuma was trying to show you that despair to someone. Perhaps someone Jeez, what a hopeless truth. What's Monokuma's true identity? How could they come up with a plan like that? But that's enough reflecting the past. Let's talk about the future now. If you want to escape Monokuma's plan, there's a specific place you need to go. The key to that place is that message you found in Natsume Castle.
Well,
normally, you need to follow a bunch of steps around that place. But since that message gets rid of those steps, you can think of it as an Easter egg or something. It's probably left by someone other than Monokuma or Monami. But that has nothing to do with me. Haha, you guys think you're not gonna... or something. Stop. Yeah, I just until my plan came to then. But I guess now it's nice time to announce it, right? So then, I will announce the password. It's Leon. The password that was written in Natsume Castle. You have to use that to enter this specific place. That's the only place to escape Monokuma. I feel we're talking forever, but that's all for me. With this, my duty is finished. I believe that my actions become the foundation of this world's hope. And when that finally happens, praise me, as if I were the sun. Tell us what I accomplished. Erect a bronze statue of me.
please call me the ultimate hope.
This was Nagito's final message. That 11037 number Nagito said was the password. I don't remember their voices. It's been like 10 hours. There's no mistaking it. The password enter that ancient ruin. You better hurry, I think. Let's go before the countdown reaches 0. Yeah, you're right, let's go. Alright. Now's that time to relax. I am hurry to the ancient ruin of the second island. Somehow, it is quite nerve-wracking. Also, you've noticed how the screen kind of just like changes color? It does seem a bit weird, right? Is this it to go inside? What's gonna be in there?
Right.
It's unbelievably freaked out by that. Freaked out like that. You are a man, aren't you? There's also that countdown. There's no time to stand around. Damn right. That's the last chance to get inside. I'm starting to feel a little nauseous. The thrills. The chills. The chills. If you're gonna let it out, why not do it in the tomb where I keep with me? Hey, now's not time to fuck around. It's gonna be alright. You don't have to worry. I will protect my young master. Now then, let's move forward.
Shut up.
The hell?
This
She's like
is
a
your
kid.
leader's order.
Believe the hope that lies beyond this point. This is your leader's order. I guess that's what that was her sound effect. What was that? I told you that she only stands Tiki Talk. I said he
In the name of my family.
I'm going to kill you. Password, please. Yeah, I know.
It's gonna
Leon,
be fine.
right? There's no need to worry. The only thing beyond this point is a shining future. Now then, let's open the doors to the future. Beyond this door, the future is waiting. A sparkling future. Now then, let's move forward.
Is this a trial ground? But why am I at a trial ground?
It sure looks like a trial ground, but the vibe is way different than the one from before.
By the...
Oh.
Where did everyone go?
Everyone?
What? Something's wrong. What did I do? No. That's not it. I'm not the weird one. What's really weird is... this world. And there we go. That's the end of Chapter 5. All right. Heading to a school trip, Chapter 0. Alright, I guess I'll see you in apparently what's Chapter 0. Until then, peace.